back to my first thought in the morning, I remember these facts and I think, ooh, there we go. That's my gold. That's my acres of diamond. Hey, Kathie Owen here, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about transforming your life in magic fashion. So today we're going to talk about the first thing you think about in the morning. So I want you to think about this morning. What did you think about when you first got up? And I'll give you a second to think about that. So the first time I became aware of this was through my study of Abraham Hicks. And I used to wake up like this. This is the way I was. As a child even, I can remember being joked about because I was like that kid in the commercial that woke up grouchy, her hair all a mess, and sat at the table and didn't talk to anybody. I haven't been a morning person. It's been a limiting belief of mine because I was ridiculed for it. And I get it. It is funny because I was a grouch. I just was a grouch, and my brothers used to pick on me. My parents used to pick on me, and it was all in fun. But that's how I started my days. So my days would end up the same way. I started studying Abraham Hicks, and she had this thing about getting into the vortex, and if you've watched her, you know how all that works. But it's a 17-second rule. It's like the 3-second rule when something gets on the ground, but it's a 17-second rule. And the first thing you think in the morning, if it's a negative thought, identify it, understand it, and come to grips with it. So I would wake up in the morning with a negative thought because I'm like, oh, I hate mornings. I hate waking up. That was not helpful. When we don't pay attention to our thoughts, there are limiting beliefs there. As I said, I woke up as a grouch. I had a limiting belief that I was a grouch, and I was grouchy most of the day, and that mornings were the worst time of the day. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought that. I slept as long as I could, and I would hit the snooze button over and over again. If I had to be at work by 8 o'clock, I would sleep until 6:30 and give myself exactly enough time to get ready and out the door. That spills over into your day. That would make my day rushy, and it really affected my day. You have undesired outcomes. There's laws of the universe that just apply to things. And these laws of the universe are just like laws of gravity. And what you think about, you bring about. It just happens. Oh my gosh. And it's not very fun. For example, what you resist persists. This is a law of the universe. So if you're resisting something like waking up in the morning and thinking, hey, I'm not a morning person, that is going to persist. It persisted in my life for many, many years. I mean, years and years and years and years and years. I'm as old as the Super Bowl, so look that up and you'll know how old I am. And I'm proud of that too, by the way. So think about what are you resisting, and it's persisting, and trace it back to your first thought of the day. Just trace it back. Just look back on it and go, oh my God, that's it, because that's my realization I came to. So the solution to this problem is to begin identifying your thoughts first thing in the morning. Identify them. Think about it. What is it? We are so programmed to not even think about what we're thinking about that our brains are wired to find quick solutions. That's why we don't know every step of the way that we're going, because it just is wired to automatically do that. So you're not wired to go, okay, what am I thinking? I don't think like that. How can I start doing it? So step number 1 is to identify your first thought of the morning. So when I started this video, I said, hey, what is your first thought of the morning? What are you thinking? Oh my gosh. That is what we're going to do this week. Yeah. We're going to start identifying limiting beliefs. So my limiting belief was thinking that mornings are just terrible. They're a horrible way to start the day. Good morning. What a horrible thing to say. I used to really think that. But over time, I learned that that was not helpful. I learned that I needed to rewrite that. I always talk about the pruning shears of revision with Neville Goddard. And I rewrote those limiting beliefs to be something more affirmative and something more positive. So today, and for the last year or so, I have been waking up at 4:45 in the morning. I don't have to be at my beloved 9-to-5 job, which I do love, and I'll have some content about that coming up soon too. But I don't have to be at my work until 9:30. Sometimes I get there at 9. But that gives me what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 hours to do so much. That little thing right there inspires me to get out of bed. I used to much rather sleep. Like I said, I thought I was not a morning person. I have become a morning person. I get up at 4:45. If it's a gym day, I get my pre-workout and my supplements ready for the morning. And I go to the gym and I work out and I listen to podcasts that inspire me. Joseph Rodriguez is one big one that I listen to, and it gets me into flow or into a state of love. That is beyond measure in making your day work productively. So I'm working out and thinking of planning my day throughout the day, but I'm also listening to powerful things that I listen to 3 or 4 times. He's got like 240 episodes, and I will listen to his episodes over and over and over again because I learn something new every time, because I'm not constantly paying attention. Our brains are just not wired that way, remember? I also teach and I practice a mental diet. Now my mental diet is my mental lifestyle. I'm constantly pegging thoughts that are limiting beliefs. So in this video, at the very beginning, I talked to you about the spiritual bypassing that I'm working on right now. So it's a journey. We're always working on something. You're never just going to be, oh, I'm enlightened and life is good. It's never, ever going to be that way because we are human. So I have been working on these limiting beliefs that I have around my spiritual practices, my beliefs that I have about spirituality, and it has transformed my life in magic fashion. It's just like magic. I am not kidding you. That is the benefit of a mental diet. And that's one of the things I teach in my course and I work with my coaching clients. And that's actually one of the first things we work on is your mental diet. And the first time I heard about a mental diet was in December of 2019. And I started a mental diet. 7-Day Mental Diet with Emma Fox is the book. And I started my mental diet at Christmas time. Yeah. Christmas time is a wonderful time of the year. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of triggers that go on at Christmas time. And I really benefited from this mental diet because I was like, oh shit, that triggered me, that triggered me, that triggered me, that triggered me. But I didn't focus on it because the mental diet teaches you, I identify these triggers and I go with the process and I work through it. So it's phenomenal. It's amazing. And that has to do with the subconscious reprogramming and da-da-da-da-da. So let's get back to our morning awareness, our morning thought awareness, and how it can affect your day. The very first thought you think in the morning will affect your day. And how I overcame my limiting belief of mornings are bad and mornings are horrible and I'm going to sleep as long as I possibly can because I personally love sleep. I do. I'm not lying. Anybody that knows me knows this fact. But I re-identified how I woke up in the morning. I used to think, this morning I gotta get up. Now I think of things that will get me out of bed quickly. For example, it could be my pre-workout because it's like my cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, but my pre-workout is my coffee. And I drink a clean substance, and it's not like some of these pre-workouts that can be pretty intense. I do take those too, but currently I'm on a clean pre-workout. That gets me out of bed because I know that's gonna wake me up and get me alert. Another thing that gets me out of bed, and it's not even substance related because that's just kind of not conducive to what I'm trying to teach here, but it is the fact that I know I'm gonna get so much done in those 4 hours. I record my videos, I do my content, I work on my business during those hours. So my morning in the gym is getting into flow. I come up with ideas for content. I come up with ideas for my business. And sometimes I'll get home from the gym and immediately write a blog post. And it comes out to be one of the freaking best blog posts I have ever written. Why? Because I'm in flow. And back to my first thought in the morning, I remember these facts and I think, ooh, there we go. That's my gold. That's my acres of diamonds. And like Abraham Hicks teaches, Esther Hicks teaches, that 17 seconds, you just build on that, build on that, build on that 17 seconds. I think my pre-workout, I think of the things I'm going to learn in the gym while I'm listening to the podcast. I think of the excellent workout I'm going to get. That workout makes me feel so great, so great. I'm a personal trainer, as you know. I train myself, and my fitness is what keeps me feeling fantastic. The feeling is the secret. That's the secret sauce on your thought cake, the feeling. And so I focus on those feelings that I get, and I get out of bed. I'm out of bed by 5 a.m. for sure. And after I go to the gym, I'll come home and I get ready for work. During that time, I listen to podcast episodes that teach me things about my business, teach me how to improve on my business skills. Granted, Joseph Rodriguez does this too because he's an entrepreneur and he teaches entrepreneurs and he's a coach. But I learn more about the components of my business, my content, how to get it out there, what I need to work on, those type of things. And it is phenomenal. So in closing, I want you to remember, go back to your very first thought of the day. How does it affect your day? How does it affect your day? How do you need to rewrite that so that you can go into a place of power where your day is more productive? And in my next video, I will be talking about staying in a place of flow, staying in a place of harmony, and how to navigate your way through triggers. Because if there's one thing I know about, it's triggers. And that's something I have been working on as well. And when you know how to navigate